Epsom After Hours, brought to you by the Jockey Club. I've actually got my Jockey Club branded jacket on today, and
yeah, I've got it as well. We're repping, haven't we?
I feel like I need to introduce you. You don't need much of an introduction.
I feel like I probably do.
No, I feel like you are just a fascinating sight for all our viewers this afternoon. But this is Rosie Tapner, and we're going to talk a lot more. Let's talk about you for a second.
Oh, gosh, okay.
Passing on the emphasis. You love your horse racing. You ride out. I actually found out an amazing stat about Rosie. She rides out with Charlie Hills. So it's very relevant to obviously the flat season now. You go there a couple of times a week.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times a week I go there.
Rosie travels from London, has to leave at 4 something a.m. in the morning, which I think is quite frankly ridiculous, even though I do ride racehorses myself and love them. But that's an early start.
It's an early start for sure, but it's quite a fun start because I know that I'm going to ride racehorses at Charlie Hills, which is just epic. So I'm kind of used to the early starts now, but I know you're not quite as used to those early starts. Chris, what time did you get up this morning?
10:30. Actually, but I stayed in a local hotel. I wasn't doing anything on the opening show with ITV, so I had like a light. My car was booked for 10:30 as well. I snoozed my alarm 5 times. Don't tell anyone. I'm not much of a morning person, but I'm excited to be here. What a day's racing we've had today.
Oh, it's just been absolutely amazing, and it's my first time back on a race course since March 2020. So to be here for the Cazoo Derby Festival is just incredible.
It's a bit of a treat. And another thing, I'm going to get onto why we've got this massive. It's not massive. It's a tree, believe it or not. I would call this a plant, but that is a tree. There is a reason that is sat on the table. We'll get onto that in just a moment. But charity races. You've rode in some charity races in your time. I've rode in one, finished 5th. I think you've done a lot better than me, haven't you?
I don't think I've got a better placing, but I've done 3 charity races, 2 at Goodwood, the Magnolia Cup, and 1 at Ascot. So I do feel like I may have been on a better race course than you.
Oh no, York's the governor. York's my favourite. It's one of my favourite race courses in the country.
It's pretty good, but to go through Ascot and to go into that parade ring and actually get to sit on a horse is something unbelievable, so special.
Just very briefly, just tell our audience, there might be people watching this who actually want to ride in a charity race, don't kind of know what to do, or I mean, it's pretty much a dream for a lot of people. It's good fun, isn't it?
Oh, if you ever get the chance to ride in the charity race, you must absolutely do it. I did say to you earlier, I absolutely hated the first 3 weeks of training. These horses are strong and it's a different beast.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start kind of getting yourself into it and sort of, I used to pretend that I was Frankie Dettori going up the gallops, and I somehow made me hold the horses.
Getting a mindset.
Yeah, and now since that 3 years later, I keep going back.
And Rose is going to swim the channel, which is a good because it's for charity, but for me, that's mental.
Yeah, I mean, in a team, I'm not doing it all at once.
Oh, so you don't just swim on your own?
No. So
and you have breaks, though, don't you?
Sort of, yeah.
Oh,
but you're still on a boat for about 14 hours.
That's still good.
So,
very good.
I don't know. Well, hopefully, let's see. I hope I don't sink.
I'm impressed. What an intro.
Yeah, well, you've asked me a lot of questions, but rumour has it today, and I'm actually genuinely quite upset about this.
Go on.
You've never seen Friends?
No, they're all that Friends.
Never seen Friends.
That Friends reunion was all popping through my Twitter feed the other day, and I just thought, well, I've never watched it, but I know what it's like. So I'm a massive Entourage fan. If you know Entourage, like, you'll get what I'm saying here. I'm jealous of anybody who hasn't watched Entourage before because they get to watch it from scratch over again. And then someone tweeted me going, I'm actually jealous you've never watched Friends before because it means you can enjoy it.
The 99 minutes of that reunion, I was in floods the whole way through.
Floods,
the fact that you had floods of tears.
Oh, tears.
It was amazing. So, I'm a bit of a Friends geek. We're total opposites. Never seen it. Total geek about
floods.
Anyway.
I'm glad you said floods of tears, bro. Jesus, I didn't know where you were going with that. Well, there might have been a nice boy on there. Was it Joey? Is it someone like that?
Yeah, Joey. Yeah, well done. Good.
Joey, good knowledge.
Joey, you've actually chosen the right guy.
It's one of them things, isn't it? Friends is like it's a big show, isn't it? So you kind of know all the people. Let's talk racing.
Yes, let's get back to it.
Obviously, today was the Kazoo Oaks. Now, what an amazing race. Oh my God. Let's just show you guys, if you've just got in from the day and you haven't caught up with the race, I'm going to show you the VT now. Just enjoy this.
So running down towards the most famous bend in racing, Tapner corner. Are they going to come wide and head over to the stands rail? It's Mystery Angel that still just leads the way to Sherbet Lemon, and then driven along is Ladja Khan, Dubai Fountain, then Saffron Beach. Sayada's on the right. They are coming stand side, and Mystery Angel has skipped 2 or 3 lengths clear, but the others are beginning to chase very hard. Mystery Angel gets across to the rail. A buffeting match there between Snowfall and the fading Sherbet Lemon. Here's Santa Barbara trying to come through from the back of the field, but it's Snowfall who travels up well for Frankie Dettori and just goes on now from Mystery Angel, and Snowfall is quickly away in the Kazoo Oaks, and it's Frankie Dettori again for Aidan O'Brien. He won the 1,000 guineas on Mother Earth. He's going to win the Oaks by a street here at wide margin. Some Princess was by 12 lengths many years ago. This could break the record. Snowfall wins the Kazoo Oaks by a wide margin, by a mile. Mystery Angel in second. Third was Divinely, and then Savour Forest in fourth. Santa Barbara fifth, Ocean Road, and Tiona.
Well, as you'd have heard in the commentary, it did break a record. 16 lengths, Snowfall. Now, that was mightily impressive. We're going to show you an amazing video in just a moment, but let's just discuss that for 2 seconds. That was an absolute steering job. For anybody who would want to understand the terminology of a steering job, I mean, we could have rode that winner.
Yeah, Frankie actually came up to me afterwards and said that was so easy, any of you could have sat on that. Which I think he's been quite modest there. He probably did more than he's saying, but it just looked unbelievable. Sit, kick, and he just had the best time. And it was unbelievable to see a horse go that far, especially on a track like this. This is a tricky track as well, and to go 16 lengths clear is just incredible. Yeah, to win a classic in that style as well. Something interesting about that race, Frankie actually said to Wally Ball on ITV just before the race, before the previous race prior to that, that he was going to stay near side and not come across the track. Then everybody in the race beforehand come across the track to this side, to the top side of the track, and then obviously Frankie actually must have changed his tactics, or he was either bluffing with Hollie. I think he was just finding it so easy, he just went with it. I just went with the flow. So we caught up, both of us caught up with Frankie after his glorious win in the Oaks earlier, and this is what he had to say: full of life as ever.
Come on!
Frankie, when one filly leaves your life, another arrives.
Unbelievable.
It's not a bad life, is it?
I know. I mean, when I woke up this morning, I thought, I've got a funny feeling I got a little bit of a chance, but I didn't expect to win by 16 lengths.
Steering job, wasn't it?
Oh my God! I could have gone round. I could have gone round again.
I think you could have.
Amazing. She's a very, very good filly. I mean, the world is her oyster now. She could go to a King George or an Arc, so she's that good.
Really exciting for the future.
Good, yes.
Can you describe that in 3 words? What that was like crossing the line, 16 lengths,
well,
everyone?
The best feeling was when I was coming around Tapner Corner and everybody was beat. It was like playing cowboys and Indians, and I was the cowboy in the gun. You know? And I just went through it like hot knife through butter, and it was unbelievable. I had the race won 4 out, and then I had the fence, and she galloped away. I had the luck to listen to the crowd clapping for once after 18 months, so it was very emotional. It was good.
I think that's got to be potentially your easiest winner
and
in a classic.
Without a doubt. I mean, Enable won by 5, she won by 16.
Yeah, honestly, absolute steering job.
So,
no.
the problem is, can I ask you the hardest question then?
Go on.
Snowfall or Enable?
Well, I still got to stick with Enable. She's done it all. Now she still have to do it, but she's on the right path.
Frankie, one final word tomorrow. John Leaper.
Oh.
Do you think the weather and the ground slightly changed for Hamburg? He's obviously won on good ground. Newmarket last time out.
Listen, he's going to play big emphasis on the stamina tomorrow. He's going to be more gluey tomorrow. He's an unknown quantity. He's done nothing wrong. Some horses in the race have a better profile than him. But listen, we're going to give it a best shot, and it'll be a great story if he does it.
He's got the right pilot on board, hasn't he?
Come on.
Look at that.
Bye.
Good boy.
Tell you what, he was on great form today, wasn't he?
He was a biceps on him.
I think he loves having a crowd back. I think that he's so buzzing today. And how good was it to have even just 4,000? It just made such a difference to have
100%.
someone here.
It's just nice having a bit of atmosphere. I think Frankie obviously plays up to that. That's what, if you're a top class sportsman, I'm not saying I am at all because I'm not, but I imagine he's a top class sportsman. You just want to be in front of crowds, play up to it.
Especially for a classic like that, to come into a crowd is so much. There's so much more atmosphere than obviously coming into nothing.
Well, I saw an interview as well with Frankie. He described himself as it's almost Phil Mickelson-esque. He obviously won a major, Phil Mickelson, at the grand age. And Frankie's obviously winning classics still. So they're a lot of similarities.
A lot of similarities. Do you think we should talk about the elephant in the room? The tree? This
is actually an oak tree. It is an oak tree, isn't it?
It is, believe it or not, Chris, this is actually going to turn into a tree. I know you were a bit baffled by that earlier, that this is actually a tree.
It's from Mill Farm Plants, right? Yeah, so these are actually awarded then to the winning connections. I imagine trainer, jockey and owners get one of these after they've won the Oaks. If you want to plant that, this, believe it or not, this blew my mind. This will grow into an oak, like a massive tree. And all it is in a pot of soil at the minute. I find that fascinating.
Do you know where trees start from though? Because this is where they
Yeah.
start. So every tree starts like this.
Yeah, and I actually didn't know that.
Where did you think trees came from?
I don't know. I don't know. But now I know that
Guys,
I know fruit grows like small and
I
grows
think
up.
you should stick to racing, Chris.
You any
Maybe
facts
not.
about that tree?
Yeah, I do actually. This can live up to 300 years, which is pretty amazing.
300 years.
300
What, the
years.
oak tree?
Yeah,
And then what happens to it?
I'm assuming it just falls or just dies. I have to be honest, that facts are not that good.
Okay.
And one other fact is they're more likely to be hit by lightning than any other tree of the same height.
Why?
I don't know why. Maybe it has metal in it.
It must.
I don't know.
Must
Love the
attract
tree,
lightning.
Chris.
Talking of
Really good.
no, I was smelling it. I've never smelt an oak tree before. I thought it was going to smell like a flower, but it doesn't.
No.
Talking of style,
Right.
Frankie obviously very stylish. We had the Style Awards. Well, actually, hang on. Bear with me 2 seconds. Do you know who we're joined by?
We got the big man himself.
I'll call him the big man. We'll go with that.
The one below the big man.
We're going to be joined by Joseph O'Brien. Now, Joseph is extremely busy, and I think he's joining us on Zoom call now. Joseph, can you hear us?
Hi, Chris. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Of course I can. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Are you okay?
Yeah, very good. I've been called a lot of things over the last number of years, but that might be a first.
All right. Well, that's a compliment, Joseph. Like, let's not. We're not going to keep you too long tonight. Well, you've actually got runners at Down Royal this evening. I think. Have you just had a runner?
Yeah, just finished second, so the favourite won well, but we were pleased with our fillies run.
And then you got a few later on in America. Am I right in saying?
Yeah, we've two tonight in America, so yeah, looking forward to watching them.
The work never stops. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Joseph, this is going to be a very chilled chat this afternoon or this evening. But Camelot 2012, that was the first trainer and son combination. Let me just ask you a quick question. You obviously rode Camelot to victory in the Derby. How is that compared to now training horses? How's the comparison?
That was a very special day, Chris. Camelot was a short price favourite, and there was quite a bit of pressure on. So he was an exceptional horse, and it was quite an easy ride, really, for a finish. But a very special day. I feel a lot more pressure training horses. When you have to sit back and watch the race, and it's out of your control. I feel a lot more nervous and much more pressure than what we ever did riding. So, but it's a great privilege to be able to have a runner in the race tomorrow. Yeah,
why is that? That's quite an interesting point. I presume, personally, in my head, you would actually feel more pressure doing this steering, because it's kind of your responsibility to get a feel off the horse in a race and judge it on instinct and actually take those things into account, as opposed to being given instructions. So why is that so much more pressure you feel as a trainer?
I think as a jockey, like you say, you're in control of the situation. And I think when you're in control of the situation, you have to back yourself and you have to block out the nerves and have the confidence to perform. Whereas as a trainer, it's completely out of your hands. So your work is done, and all you can do is sit back and watch. And I think when you lose that bit of control, that's where the nervousness comes in.
Yeah, Joseph, can I ask actually, as a trainer, if your horse loses, do you feel like you can actually just blame it on the jockey? So actually nothing, you've got no pressure on you as a trainer, because actually you can just blame it.
Well, sometimes it is the jockey's fault, but normally the trainer has to take the slack. I think having rode and having been there, I think I'm a little bit easier on jockeys than some people. Maybe I'm wrong, but I try not to be too hard on jockeys, because I understand that, the situation changes and you have to make decisions on the track that maybe you hadn't planned.
Well, everything is a learning curve, isn't it? Every ride, I imagine a jockey learns something from. But let's talk about your father, 40 British Classics. Now, that is matched a record today. Tomorrow, he could surpass that in the Derby. What a man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, incredible, Chris. Snowfall today was, I'm not sure I've ever seen a more impressive winner, let alone classic winner. The way she sprinted away from the field. And, Dad has had an incredible run of time over years with the support of Coolmore. He's obviously, they've performed year in year out at the top level.
Do you ever feel pressure to actually live up to your dad? And I know you've also trained some incredible winners, but do you ever feel pressure to live up to that standard?
Yeah, I've long given up trying to compete at that level. So we do the best with the stock that we have, and we're very lucky to have good horses. And wherever that leaves us, then we'll be content.
100%. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, there's no point even trying to live up to that, Joseph, because that's a number. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna spend a lifetime trying, and you probably won't
Chris
achieve it.
Chris clearly has no faith in you.
Let's just have it outright. No one can. He's the GOAT, isn't he? He's the absolute GOAT.
You might have a go at the Derby tomorrow, though, Joseph. Talk to us about your horse in the Derby tomorrow.
Yeah, we will have a go anyway, that's for sure. He's a nice colt. He's been progressive. He was unlucky not to be second to Bolshoi Bally last time.
100%.
And I think he has a good chance of running in the first 5. The ground is a bit of an unknown. But if he handles the going, I think he has a live each way chance.
Yeah, I'm going to say straight now, he's a 33 or 28 to 1 shot. I'm telling you now. I said to you this earlier. This horse is not a 28 to 1 shot in any opinion. Like you said, he'd have got so much closer to your dad's horse in the last race. He's obviously squeezed out. I was actually watching Southern Lights closely, which is obviously the horse you train tomorrow in the Derby. And I thought, it was just, he ran a better race than finishing 6th or 7th. It's as clear as that.
I think he could have been second, Chris, with a clear run, and that puts him in the mix. And that certainly puts him having earned a shot at the race. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I definitely think he's one to keep an eye on. And obviously, Bolshoi Ballet for your father. I mean, he's got to be the horse to beat. Nice short price favourite. The record could be set. 41 classics, British classics tomorrow. I mean, it could be a shootout between the two of you.
Well, that'd be nice. But yeah, he obviously is the one to beat. Max Sweeney, obviously, in the Guineas run at the Curragh, brings the soft ground form into it. That could tell tomorrow, depending on what happens tonight. But it's almost certainly going to be on the slow side. So it'll be interesting to see. But I'm a big Bolshoi Ballet fan. He's been hugely impressive this season. And if I don't win, I hope he does.
Yeah, 100%.
What's it like, Joseph? You've gone from being jockey and for your father trainer, and now you were a team, and now you're effectively competitive against each other. What's that like? Are you really competitive against each other in particular?
We are very competitive, and with my brother also, but at the same time, what happens on the track always stays on the track, and we always have a good relationship off course. So we are very competitive, but at the same time we know that some days you're on top of the world, and some days you're dragged right down to earth. So that's the great thing about sport in general.
I was going to say, it's the beauty of life. That is the ups and downs what come with it. And how will you celebrate? Like we need to know a bit about you, Joseph. How will you celebrate if you train the winner in the Derby tomorrow?
God, I don't know, Chris. I'm not a big one for celebrations. But before COVID, we always had like a barbecue or a party in the yard amongst the lads in the yard, because they're the people that have worked very hard behind the scenes. So that's what we normally would do. So maybe we might have something of that nature if we can get our head in front.
Joseph, other people do think they know how you will celebrate, because Connor Moore has done a great impression of you. And I don't know if you've seen this or not, but we are going to play this on a VT right now. For any of you who haven't seen this, this is brilliant.
Yes, Sverrick has a really good chance in the Triumph. He's a great horse, and I don't know what I'd do if he won. I'd go crazy, so I would. I'd probably stay up till about 9:30 drinking cans of Fanta. As you can see, I can barely contain myself. I do think it's very sad though that myself and everyone in the yard won't get a chance to celebrate any winners, by heading down the pub for a few Fantas.
True of an impression.
As you can see,
I've literally had to. I can't order Fanta anywhere anymore because everyone starts laughing if I'm with anyone. So we got some... I've had to change my drink of choice.
What is the drink of choice now?
Oh, it's not very adventurous. A Sprite or something very very chilled. I'm always I don't drink at all, Chris. So it's never anything too adventurous.
No, good man. Well, you don't need to, but you get the adrenaline of the racing. You don't need the adrenaline of the alcohol. So we're going to do some quick fire questions with you now. A lot of light-hearted fun. You can take it away, Rosie.
Take it to start it. What do you prefer watching on telly if you have any time to do that? Love Island or ITV Racing?
Careful.
ITV Racing.
What you prefer?
But I have to say that you know, I have watched Love Island in the past.
Did you watch Chris on it?
I did watch Chris on it. I did watch Chris on it.
It was a good series, to be fair, Joseph. I mean,
arguably the best series.
You say so yourself.
It was, yeah, it was arguably the best series. He says, I've watched that. He's watched every series.
He's only watched one series. He's the only one he knows.
He's seen every series. He's going, it's arguably the best series. I like this one, but that one, yeah, weighing them up.
And then quick fire
the next one was Fanta or Coke. But clearly, it obviously was Fanta.
Yeah, but not anymore.
No, Sprite.
Joseph, if you were on a desert island, who would you take, mum or dad?
Oh God, that is a difficult question. I think I'd have to take mum. Mum would make sure that we'd survive when it would really, when things would really be desperate. Mum would pull through.
There's a fair chance your dad would probably still be training winners on a desert island.
Probably. He'd probably find some crabs and start racing them against each other.
Well, your favourite sibling then?
Oh God, that's a very unfair question. But I have one brother, so and two sisters. So I don't think I'll have to get the call there.
Yeah, Donica,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And Melbourne Cup or Cazoo Derby?
Cazoo Derby.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. Rosie Tapner or Margot Robbie?
Rosie Tapner, Chris, of course.
Because she sat by me.
No.
Thanks, Joseph. Kevin Blake or Luke Harvey?
Oh God. It has to be Kevin Blake. You know, I'm a big fan of Luke. And I often when we need a good laugh, we get up some of his I think they showed a good a few clips one night on Get In of Luke's riding career, so that we always get a good laugh out of that. But Kevin is a good help to me here, and he's a big asset to the team.
Well, yeah, exactly. Obviously, you work alongside Kevin as well, Kevin Blake. He does a lot for you guys. What's he actually like? Because we've actually had him on this very show, this Jockey Club show at Cheltenham, and he was. I know we can only see the top half of you, Joseph, but he rocked up in like a shirt, and underneath he had absolutely nothing on, pair of boxers. Well, he might have had track bottoms, actually.
I can't imagine that was a very pretty sight, Chris.
No, it wasn't. We got him to stand up. You've got trousers on tonight, haven't you?
I have a pair of tracksuit on, Chris. I'm ashamed to say.
I mean, Chris, no one can see below where you are. So you've got anything on tonight?
Yeah, well, of course I have. Stezzy, you've
just checking.
No,
you've got stuff out on telly before, so I'm just double checking you're not doing it again tonight.
You can say that again.
Joseph, I want to just wish you now the very best of luck from both myself and Rosie. It's going to be an amazing day tomorrow. Obviously, if you don't train the winner, hopefully your father can, and we can make history. But it's going to be an amazing day. What a day's racing we had today. And yeah, I mean, just looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. Thanks very much, Chris and Rosie. And might see you tomorrow.
Good line. Good luck tonight with the runners abroad, mate.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Joseph O'Brien.
Great, isn't he?
He's so lovely, isn't he?
So much fun. Yeah, I'm glad he chose me over Margot Robbie. I mean, he had to say it, but you know.
Yeah, no, we both are great.
Yeah.
But that's like one of those things. I mean, you want to. He would probably still have chosen you. But it's like when you put on the spot like that.
All right.
No, I'm not.
No, don't worry about it, Chris. It's fine. He probably would have chosen ITV Racing definitely all the time. You know, it's fine.
He did. Do you see how he tried to say, "Oh, I did watch your series," and then he was like, "It was the best one out of all." He's watched them all. God, I love him. He's some boy.
I haven't watched any of the series, so I'm afraid I didn't actually see you on it. But that's okay.
Yeah,
you know, that's
fine.
No, it's fine.
How
good was Conor Moore's impression, though?
Yeah, very good.
It's great, isn't it?
Fanta. He's actually can't order Fanta now.
I know. It's gutting, really.
No, it's quite.
Might have to ship it in himself instead of actually going and order it.
A lot of the jockeys, to be fair to them, or trainers, they don't actually drink.
No. Well, I mean, probably like quite a good thing considering they're racing on horses. Yeah. Probably.
My friend Richie doesn't. He's like teetotal, never been drunk. Amazing.
What about you? Like a drink?
Yeah, I do. I'm a bit dehydrated. I'm looking for my water. My water girl's left me. She's usually kicking
Chris
on.
needs his own water girl.
Right,
No.
let's talk style though.
Right, talk to me.
Well, style awards.
Yeah, well, we did have the Style Awards today. Jessica Ray, who was the official milliner here today, and also
Millionaire?
no milliner.
What's a milliner?
Milliner. It's been an education.
I thought we had a
today,
million.
guys.
I thought we had
It's
another.
been an
I
education.
thought we had
I tell
another
you.
millionaire.
First of all, I've
We had
taught him
Aidan.
how-
We had Aidan O'Brien. Thought we had another millionaire.
First of all, I've had to teach him how to grow a tree, and now we're talking milliners. A milliner makes hats. So you know
so
all
a
the
hat
girls,
maker.
a hat maker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fascinating. and all that.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, you're learning so well. It's just brilliant.
I've never called him a millionaire.
No, a milliner.
And that.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Nice though. Nice hat
Anyway,
maker.
back to it. Jessica Ray was also on the judging panel today for the Style Awards, and there were some amazing people, also some not greatly dressed people, but you know there are always going to be those as well. And she also gave us her thoughts on your outfit
No,
too.
she didn't.
Yeah, she did. Should we have a look at the VT?
Yeah, please.
I am here with the Cazoo Derby Festival official milliner and style judge, Jess. Jess, how was today?
Incredible, absolutely incredible. It's so lovely to be back at Epsom racing after such a long year. Finally, we can get out. It doesn't matter that the sun's not shining today. It's been a brilliant day.
We're out and about, and this is a bit of a dream come true for you, isn't it? Because you grew up in Epsom.
Yep, Epsom, born and raised. I literally live a throne's throw away from here. Throwstone? That was a bit...
Stone's throw, I think.
Yeah, Throwstone. It's been a long day. It's fine. No, so I grew up literally round the corner from here, and I love the racecourse. I love everything about it.
It's great, isn't it? Let's talk style. Chris Hughes wears them. Tom Marquand wears them. Sliders. Cool or not?
Oh, not cool. Definitely even worse when people wear socks with them.
Well, Tom was wearing tights with them earlier.
Not cool.
Not a good look. Talking of Chris, though, you've seen his outfit today. What do you think about it? Because we're a bit umming and ahhing as whether it works.
It's interesting. I'm not sure on the belt. If I'm really honest, the belt perhaps just get rid of the belt. If you can't find a nice belt, ditch the ugly belt.
I think there is a story with the belt, so we will ask Chris on that later. Now, you have been judging today. Talk to me about the winners.
Do you know, the winners, I actually chose a couple to win the best dressed. Their outfits are absolutely beautiful. I don't think they were planned to match impeccably together. It just kind of happened. The lovely lady that won, it's her first time racing, and I'm absolutely blown away that she's never been to a racecourse before.
And she's managed to get the style completely on board straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. The colour, everything, the gloves, the detail, the handbag, even her umbrella, she has thought her outfit through.
So lots of people do think their outfit through. What's sort of the worst dressed person you've seen? What makes someone the worst dressed?
When people forget elegance. Racing is about being elegant, and sometimes that gets forgotten about.
Yeah.
So I just try and remind people, just remember elegance.
Well, your winners are very elegant, so shall we bring the winners in? Come on in. Bring it in. Umbrellas down. Wet, horrible day, isn't it? You both look amazing, and this is your first time at a racecourse.
Races before, so this, I mean, what a way to start, hopefully going over the next couple of years, but thanks to him, he's got me hooked now. So
Brilliant. And how long did it take you to pick out these outfits?
you about 5 minutes, me, you can ask my mum, a couple of months. It was sort of trial and error. I wanted to get it absolutely bang on, because ever since I was a kid I've loved fashion from the 40s and 50s, so I really wanted that to influence today. So Grace Kelly, Audrey Hepburn, all of them.
Well, Jess was saying your accessories kind of made the outfit, so you definitely got that right. And what's it like winning as a couple today?
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, as Abby said, it's a total accident that I'm here. I'm actually quite a big racing fan, so I was here for that and sort of showed up. Tried to look good, obviously, but yeah, it's lovely. As I say, it's one of the happiest accidents ever. So.
Well, guys, massive congratulations. Enjoy your prizes and enjoy the rest of the day in the racing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Chris, your belt.
No, the belt was not. The belt isn't mine. The belt I wore today, I actually had a message Well,
there's a story to this, guys.
yeah, I needed a bout this morning. I didn't have one, so I needed one. So I've rung around a few people. This is the reason I got up late as well. I was still looking for a bout. I had to borrow one of our runner, Will Dowie, great guy. It's his bout. It's not, admittedly, it ain't a great bout.
You thought it was great until she told you it wasn't.
Yeah, no, I did, to be fair. I thought I did a job. You can't have no bout, though. If you're wearing no bout with your shirt tucked in,
Trousers just going to come straight down.
looks a bit silly, but yeah, I thought I looked fine. She's done me there, though, hasn't she?
A little
Socks
bit.
and sliders as well. She double whammied me because that's what I wear every day.
And off air, she didn't particularly love your outfit today. She's just being somewhat kinder on air.
No, she didn't sound kind to me.
Anyway, back to it then.
Yeah, back to it. Let's talking of a lovely discussion.
Yes.
Me and you caught up with Hollie Doyle and Tom Marquand, obviously the loved up couple, and we're going to have a little look at their VT. We had a chat with them earlier to discuss Derby chances as well. So let's have a look what they said. So we're joined by Hollie and Tom now, two very successful jockeys in their rights. Just before we start, we need to just check out Tom Marquand's feet. Look at these. He's got the sliders on. He's got tights on as well, which you can't actually see probably visibly through my camera. But what's the crack with the tights?
Boots are too wet to get back on, but everyone wears tights underneath. Yeah. Because it stops the friction sticking to your legs.
Stops the friction as well.
Yeah.
He's lying.
I just like wearing them.
We seen you guys earlier actually on ITV Racing. You were walking the course together, had the umbrellas out, smiling. You were two, probably the most happiest jockeys, I reckon, on the circuit. You're always happy. The rain was coming down, and I was thinking, they're enjoying themselves. How's the weather conditions holding up? Bit grim, innit?
Yeah, it's not great. Obviously, everyone wants a sunny Derby Oaks sort of couple of days, and it's a bit of a letdown. But look, it's good horse racing. Doesn't take away from the occasion too much, but it would be nice if it was sunny, obviously. And
Hollie's just joined us. We'll probably show a little bit of footage as well. Hollie, success.
Yeah,
Talk me through that. Was easy.
Yeah, steering job.
Steering job.
Yeah, he's jumped well, towed me into the race, and if everyone went the better, he's just a course specialist and got through the ground, which is very nice.
You looked over your shoulder, and Tom, you're nowhere to be seen, unfortunately.
Yeah, my lad really struggled.
That's usually the case, isn't it? But tomorrow, Hollie, you're at Musselburgh, I believe. Riding winners up there?
I hope so, yeah. I'd like to think I could have a winner or two. Be a bit disappointed if I don't. It's a long way to go.
It's a long way to go, not for a few winners. Yeah, and Tom, you obviously in the Derby, you ride Youth Spirit for Andrew Bowling. A bit of an outside chance, but exciting to have the ride.
Yeah, massive. With all the trials, it's a matter of opinions. He won the Chester Bars, which normally has a pretty good record into the Derby.
Group 3.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a good test of a horse. He showed that day he stayed. Actually, with the rain coming, it's probably a blessing for him because he showed he handled softer conditions really nicely. And look, obviously for the same connections with Amadal Shakers, he finished second last year. So really looking forward to it. He's gone through hell of back with quarantines and whatnot to be here this year. So
100%.
Hopefully it's all worth it.
Well, fingers crossed. And then a few quick questions. If you could be on any horse in the Derby, I know this is going to be a bit of a difficult question for you, Tom, but if you could choose any horse to be on, what do you think would be the favourable selection tomorrow?
Irish horse, Welsh horse, ballet. Like, to me, we actually watched it together.
Very impressive.
He's the only horse that you watch the Derby trial and thought you've probably seen the Derby winner. Obviously there's a lot of trials and other things can happen, and now we've got ground coming into it and things like that, so it can change. But he just had that bit of star quality.
Bit of star quality. And for you, Hollie, same
Same as Tom Welsh and ballet. The injection speed he put into the race last time out was impressive. And I think it was the most taken trial that we've seen.
Now, a little side subject. If you're in a tight finish, riding a tight finish, who do you not want to see on your shoulder, or who do you not want to be eyeballing in the tight finish, jockey-wise?
There's not many, but there'll be a couple. Ryan, Hollie, I don't know. I used to always think Jimmy Fortune. I know he's obviously right now, but he was
so strong in a finish. Yeah, I was going to say, Hollie, you're probably one of, if not the best, in a finish. Get the best out of horse, get that little bit extra. She's so modest, she'll be like, I don't know. She goes, I know I'm the best, but I don't know. Who do you fear in a finish?
Obviously Tom is strong, and then same as Tom, Ryan. You wouldn't want to be outside him in a tight finish,
100%.
Different class.
And then the Cazoo Derby or the Melbourne Cup?
Derby
all day.
Sorry, Australian fans.
No, that's all right.
I'm never coming back.
Keeping it British.
Okay, so now going on to some non-racing questions and a bit more like couples questions. I think I know who I'd have my money on for this, but who would win in an arm wrestle out of the two of you? Yeah? Have you tried this out? But Tom, I hear you're a bit of a barbecue king. If you were going to cook us anything, what dish would you cook us?
I found a new place for meat the other day, and it's I got a ribeye on the bone from them the other day, and it's pretty good on the
Is that
barbecue.
local butchers?
It was actually ex-dairy beef.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Ribeye on the bone. Does it taste good, Hollie?
Pretty good,
Yeah, Hollie's the judge.
Who's the chef out of the two of you, actually?
Yeah.
Hollie, do you ever cook?
I can cook, but he, well, when I do, he annoys me and tries to say no.
But when you do, is it inedible?
No, it's yours is good. You
Oh, but he said edible, like, yeah.
you can cook. I just enjoy it. So
Perfect couple there. You don't get many of these, but if you do have a day off, what is your ideal day off as a couple?
Tom likes playing with his barbecue.
What day?
You're not bitter about it.
Just chilling out. I like eating good food, chilling out, going to do something, you know.
when we were off,
We don't do a lot really when we're off because
But
we're so tired.
that's what I'm going to say. You've
lockdown,
got
we went out on the bikes a lot when we actually had time.
You've got to appreciate the days off,
Yeah.
like in terms of actually doing nothing,
Yeah.
because
and it's
if you
usually one day, so
And
it's
we
like you
just
can't
sleep
go
all
away
day.
or anything.
no,
so
exactly, yeah.
Make the most of it.
Exactly. Okay, so we know Chris has done Love Island, and we're wondering whether he'll do Naked Attraction.
Oh, no.
Out of the two of those, what would you two do if you had to choose?
Love Island, it'd be a good holiday.
Yeah, it'd be a couple of weeks off.
That's 7 weeks off.
Do you reckon we'd be free to change couple at any point?
Definitely not.
What do you prefer watching? Do you watch Naked Attraction?
He loved Love Island when it was on. Yeah.
More love,
Yeah,
she says.
yeah.
Playing it down. That's our ideal day off.
Exactly. Desert Island. You can take one jockey. You're not allowed to take each other. Who would you take and why?
Who's the fattest one so you can eat them first? I don't know, there's not many fat jockeys on. Oh god, I don't know.
Who'd be the best company to be with?
Naylor.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no, sorry, Naylor.
Funny. You
knows
take
how
this anything else.
Keep things happy while you're there.
Nice, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Good luck for the rest of the day.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Go and get wet.
Already have.
Go and get wet, Chris.
He's like, get out of the action.
Right, okay.
Get
Just
wet.
double checking that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
of course. Tom Marquand, Hollie Doyle, they're two great
Aren't they
guys.
fab?
Two of racing's great ambassadors. And that is all we got time for till tomorrow. We're back.
We are back.
Derby Day, baby. It's going to be a good one. I'm actually joined by Ed Chamberlain, who obviously fronts ITV Racing. Does Ed, very good. And we're going to have a lovely VT with Tomo. Now, Tomo's talking about Shergar. It's how many years on from Shergar?
40 years since he won the Derby.
40 years on. And we're going to get him on Zoom as well, because Tomo, believe it or not, was actually involved within the whole Shergar episode, the experience. So that's going to be fascinating. I promise you don't actually want to miss that. It's going to be very, very interesting, something which I need to learn more about, and I'm going to learn more about tomorrow. I just want to say cheers from all the Jockey Club. Thank you for watching. Have you got any impressions before we go?
Oh, I knew you were going to throw that in last minute. So we were earlier doing some impressions, and I slightly mentioned that I can do a pretty good dolphin impression.
A dolphin?
Yeah?
Go on.
You on it? Yeah? Can you do it?
That's unbelievable. No, I can't do that.
Go on, give it a go.
Do it once more.
It also
That's
has to
loud
come
as
with the
well.
face, so don't just do that.
No, yeah, you have to call it. You have to. No, I can't do that.
Anyway.
I'm going to be hearing that in my sleep tonight. Right. Yeah, we're going to leave you with some footage from today. Guys, enjoy. Join us tomorrow again for Epsom After Hours. That was good fun. And I'll see you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Thanks, Chris.
Job done.
Bye.
Pleasure. Bye.
Welcome to a very soggy Epsom on Oaks afternoon.
At the 6 furlong start, they're off and away. And Oscula with all guns blazing for the George Bowie team, racing up towards the line. And Oscula wins the Woodcote. Corazon Esplanado takes it up again at his favourite racecourse. As they race up towards the line, Corazon Esplanado for a fourth win on Epsom Downs. And they're off for this Coral Coronation Cup. Alazi gaining all the time. Jim Crowley just switches his whip because the horse is hanging down the camber. On the far side and fighting back, and Pile Driver has gone up to win. For the Kazoo handicap over a mile and a quarter, and away they go. Blue Cut restrained in the early stages, the pace was strong, and he's the one that's finishing off, and Blue Cut careers clear to win the Kazoo Handicap. The 2021 Kazoo Oaks, and they're off. And it's Frankie Dettori again for Aidan O'Brien. He's going to win the Oaks by a street here at wide margin. Sun Princess was by 12 lengths many years ago. This could break the record. Snowfall wins for Kazoo Oaks by a mile. But it's Memento that now goes on again from Legal Attack in the hands of Hollie Doyle. It is Memento who wins. As they race up towards the line, Ross Collin and James Doyle clearing away now. Ross Collin, a real progressive horse, and is going to win really impressively here.